everybody, it's Mr. Hague again. Welcome back, and I believe we are on episode 9.3. So we're moving right along here, and I've got a fun little exercise for you today. Continue working with the marquee tool, working with the polygon tool. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, first of all, in front of you should be the start screen. Let's go ahead and click on Create New. And let's go ahead, and if you don't see a preset icon here for 1000 by 1000 by 72 from previous lessons, well, go ahead and create one on the right hand side. 1000 by 1000 pixels, 72. That should be the settings. When you're done, go ahead and press create. Now, if I'm going too fast for you, you also have the option of stopping this video, rewinding, and watching again. All right, so what do we got here? All right, well, first of all, let's go back to the marquee tool. As you can see, if I remind you once again, this is the marquee tool. Now, you might be on a square, you might be on a circle. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the elliptical marquee tool, otherwise what I refer to as the circle. Now, this lesson, we're going to be focusing on these icons right here on the very top. You notice that these are icons that help expand or sort of like manipulate a selection. Well, the best way for me to show you is to demonstrate it rather than explain it. But this icon right here is the normal mode. In other words, if I clicked on this one, it'll say new selection. So I can just do this and click here. And as you can see, pretty much I have to first click there first. As you can see, I click, I click, I click. It's just normal selection. But this one right here, if I zoom in, it says add to selections. Well, what does that mean? Let me show you. So if I have a nice circle marquee over here with the marching ants moving around in a circle, and I select this icon, this one that says add to selection. Okay, watch this. Look at the cursor in the middle there. It has the marquee icon with a plus sign on the lower right. Well, that means that you're going to add to the selection. You're going to expand upon the selection. All right, so what do I mean? Well, let me show you. Look what happens when I click from inside the circle and move out. Look at that. The circle now expands. I can do this and I can do that. So it kind of expands on the selection. So kind of looks good, doesn't it? So we'll go ahead and right click, stroke, and there it is right there. Let's just keep that first color, whatever it is. This is a green. Keep it in the center, and there you have it. What is that? I don't know. It's just something. All right, let's go ahead and try it again. Now remember, Control or Command D helps you deselect. In other words, remove the marching ants. So if you're using a Windows, it's Control D. If you're using a Mac, it's Command D. All right, so I'm just going to press Command D because I'm using a Mac. Now I'm going to go ahead and press on the Shift key and create that perfect circle. This time I'm going to go ahead, well, let's go ahead and practice on the plus tool. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more here, a little bit more here, a little bit more there, and add more here. So pretty cool. I don't know what I'm drawing. I'm just drawing. This time we'll go ahead and right click, stroke, choose a different color. Okay, there it is. Whatever color you want. All right, so these are examples of adding a selection. Now let's try something new. This time, let's do this, everybody. Let's go ahead and click on File, New. Now the first thing you should see is exactly the preset that you just created before. So let's go ahead and double click on that. And you should have a new preset. Now, I've got 3 tabs on there on the very top. I don't know where this one came from, but I'll leave it there. And this is our previous work. Well, let's go back to our new work. All right, this time I'm going to show you how to subtract from a selection. All right, so let's go ahead and create a circle. And this time up here, if you notice, I'll be selecting on this icon, subtract from selection. Click on that and watch what happens. notice that there is now a minus sign on the lower right of the cursor. I'm going to go ahead and it'll show you that I'm subtracting, subtracting, subtracting. Pretty cool. I'm not drawing anything special, anything in particular. I'm just drawing. So it subtracts from a selection, and all this is going to make sense for you later on as we progress through Photoshop. All right, let's go ahead and stroke this. Right-click stroke. Choose a different color this time. Let's go ahead and choose a blue. Keep it at 10 pixels, center it. Look at that. Pretty good, I think. All right, let's go ahead again. Command D, remove the marching ants. This time I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Okay, keep the minus sign, okay. And once again, do this, do this, do this, and do this. What is that? Don't know. Okay, click on stroke, choose a different color. This time I'm going to choose a yellow. Can yellow work? All right, let's try it again. There we go. And not bad. All right, now let's go ahead and create another canvas. For you and the audience, once you go ahead and click on File, New, okay, double click on the 1000 by 1000. I'm going to go ahead and use this empty one that I just found. I'm going to move the tab over. There it is right there. Now this time I'm going to show you this icon right here. This is called, as we move the cursor over, this basically calls the intersect. Now what does that mean? Now before I demonstrate, I hardly use this one. It's kind of a bizarre little feature here, but I'm sure people do use it. Otherwise they wouldn't have created it. So let's go ahead and click on, let's remain on the elliptical marquee tool. I'm going to select this. I'm going to make sure that my intersect icon is selected. Now watch what happens. Look at the lower right. This time it's an X. I guess that's a symbol for intersect. And now I'm just going to kind of select this area. Now watch what happens. Notice that both circles that I've just created are now created in marching ants. Okay, so now I'm just going to let go and look what's remaining. A little nice little oval, kind of looks like a football. And let's go ahead and right click and stroke. And speaking of footballs, let's give it the color of a football. If I can find one, can I find that? Let's see. Supposedly. There it is right there. There. Not exactly a football color, but at any rate, it is what it is. All right, pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and try it with the squares. Okay, same exact thing, only this time we're going to use the square. So let's go to File, New. Okay, 1000 by 1000 preset, double click. We're going to go up to the marquee tool and change it from elliptical to rectangular. There we have it. And this time I'm just going to go ahead and create a rectangle there. I'm going to go back to selecting the add selection. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to go there and there. See how I'm adding? There, there, whatever you want at the moment. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and right click and we will stroke. And let's choose a different color. You know, we haven't been using black. Let's go ahead and use black. Keep it at 10 pixels, center it. There you have it. Okay, now let's try the subtract selection feature. Okay, so this time we're going to go ahead and first thing what I normally do is I click on new selection. There you have it right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on this selection right here, which is called subtract. Click. And now there's the minus sign on the lower right part of the cursor. I'm just going to do this, do this, do this, and do this. Looks kind of funny. Here it is, right click, stroke. Let's go into, this time purple. And there we have it. Okay. Pretty awesome, I would say. Now, what if I want to use both the square and the circle, or the rectangle and the circle? Let's go ahead and find out. Let's go ahead and do File, New. Click on 1000 by 1000. Let's start with the square, or the rectangle, supposedly. Now, let's go do this. Select the elliptical. Marching ants are still there. So this time we have an elliptical. Let's go up here and select the Add to Selection. Now watch this. This is pretty cool. I'm going to actually select, look at that. It comes out as a circle. Comes out as a circle. Pretty awesome. All right. And if I want to go in, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Subtract from Selection icon. And look at this. It's coming in. It's coming in. There it is. It's coming in. All right. Let's go ahead and right-click, Stroke. Choose another color. I guess that's pretty cool. Press OK. There you have it. All right. Let's try that one more time. This time, let's start off with the circle. So notice that there is a minus sign, before we create the new shape. First of all, we got to get rid of the marching ants. Okay, and it automatically puts the cursor in the new selection mode. So I can actually create the circle. And then I'm going to go ahead now at the marquee tool, select rectangle. There we have it. And I'm going to select Add to Selection. And this time I'm going to go up here, up here, up here, and up here. Okay, this looks more like a familiar design. And at this point, if I want to subtract anywhere, I would click on the Subtract from Selection. And now I'm going to go in here, I guess in here, and in here. Okay. Can't wait to stroke this one. Let's go ahead and stroke it. Give it a nice, looks like a red shape. Let's do red. Press OK. There it is right there. All right. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and unselect the marching ants. Now, let's go ahead and try the polygon tools. Let's do this. So let's go ahead and create a new canvas. File, New. Okay, 1000 by 1000. We get a brand new canvas. Now by now you should have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on our 6th canvas. Okay, a lot of canvases there. All right, so let's go ahead and now in the polygon selection, go ahead and click on the lasso tool. Let's go ahead and lasso tool if it's not already selected for you. Now this is more of a free form, so you're going to basically go all like this, crazy. All right, and let go. Now you've got your marching ants. Same deal. Click on the Add to Selection, and you can actually add more to it. See that? How I'm adding. I'm adding. Pretty awesome. Now if I want to subtract an area, I click on the Subtract icon, Subtract from Selection icon. Notice the minus sign. I will subtract. I will subtract. I will subtract. Does my voice sound like Bob Ross? So beautiful. Look at all this. I will subtract. You can really feel the serenity in the air. Subtracting. Okay, let's go ahead and stroke. Right click, stroke. This time we'll go ahead and choose this color, green color. Green is the color of life, trees and grass. There we have. Bob Ross's spirit is inside me now. All right, so there we have it right there. Let's get rid of the marching ants. Now let's try something else. This time, let's try the polygon tool, okay? So what I did was I went over here, and I think I moved a little too fast. I went on from lasso tool to polygon tool, and this is time I'm just going to do this. Click, 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 click. I'm just going to create a jagged edge. Okay, there we go. Looks sort of like a lightning. There it is. Now, again, I can add to the selection. See? There it is. Just click, click, and click. Or I can subtract from it. And you notice I don't really focus on the intersect icon too much. That's this section right here. Whoops, I kind of almost messed up there. There it is right there. And so I just kind of leave that alone. All right, let's go ahead and right click and stroke. Choose a different color. Choose blue. There we have it. And there it is right there. I had a little faux pas over there. It's all good. All right. And of course you can mix and match. Let's do one more canvas. File new. 1000 by 1000. Let's do this. Let's stick with the polygon tool. Click on this. Let's do this. Okay. Just kind of draw anything. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there. Okay. Now let's go to the polygon tool. Okay, the lasso tool. Let's select the lasso tool here. And let's go ahead and kind of subtract. Okay, so that's what I did. I'm going to add now. Actually, I'm going to keep subtracting. So select the subtract from selection tool and just kind of subtract. There we go. See that? Now I'm going to go back to the rectangular marquee tool. Okay, and I'm going to add. There it is right there. There it is. Look at that. I'm just adding to the selection. So you can basically use any shape, any kind of the selection tools here. I'm going to go into this elliptical, and this time I'm going to click on add, and I'm just going to add there, add there, add there. You know, your shape is not going to look like mine probably, thank goodness, but this is just kind of an exercise, so don't worry about what it looks like. Let's do one last thing. Let's stroke it, and let's go ahead. Just keep the same color. There it is right there. So here we at. Whatever. If you were taking an ink blot test, what do you see? I see a Christmas tree. Okay. Anyway, so notice that all these nice little designs we created using the marquee or the selection tools and the lasso tools. Pretty awesome. All right, well, this is Mr. Hague. We'll see you in the next lesson. Hope you enjoyed this one.